Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Pillars of Eternity. We're going to go for the final push and do our official ending here. Great Pit lies in statue of Wotica. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but you can catch flickers of a ghostly glow in the depths. Wind rises, and the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper low and sylvan. Let's jump on in. You jump, trusting the promises of the gods and the power of the souls to bear you safely down. Sudden drop takes your breath away, but souls catch you, encasing you in shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you're falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong and chaotic. You find yourself drifting towards a wall. Nearby kind of drifts downward at a rapid pace, carried by another glowing stream of souls. Why did we ever agree to this? Kind of flails outwardly briefly, then steadies, holding his arms for balance. It's hard to keep. Redbeard, look for the wall. We'll reach out for him. Reach out, you feel a hand, strong and sure, wrap around your forearm. It tugs you away from the wall just as you feel their toe graze something. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X, steadying your position at the rate of your descent. You reach the court of penitence, millennia old stones safely under your feet. We'll just do standard.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
All right, let's go.
Well, that went better than I expected. Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
That was bracing. If there is time,
What do you suppose that
I'd
bally
like to
thing
try
is?
that again without the souls.
I'm not going anywhere like this.
I do remember there's quite a few. Quite a few enemies, but nothing crazy down here, if I remember right. I just kind of have
Zawa is
weapons all
ready.
of a sudden. Or Zawa. Yeah, he's supposed to be using his fists. We got a little bit of stuff going on here, so I guess we can start.
Yes?
How may I help? Rith Ulikna! Hi?
This thing isn't doing the job.
Yes? Lavaru, be on seek!
Zawa is ready.
What?
Alright, that everything?
All right, then.
Make sure we clear it out. I don't remember exactly what's what here.
Brave Dalfila. Following your lead. Yes?
Oh, come on now.
Following your lead.
Don't even...
Dang it. I'm gonna be stuck here. Alright.
Aye? Rith Uligna!
Oh, wrong person.
Aye?
Can't seem to attack this guy.
Lavaru, be on seek!
Further in, there we go.
Following your lead.
Kinda can come back and help here. And then...
Yes?
Yeah?
I am no use here!
All right, then.
Pillar tugs at your essence. Pulse moves through the world. So. Alright.
Brave Dalfila.
Remember, there's like a couple kind of tough fights in here. We're a much higher level now. This might be one of them.
Yes?
Eh?
Following your lead.
Get that going.
How may I help? Rith Uligna! Ah, word. Rah! Lavaru, be on seek! That's not very helpful.
Land of...
Got him! How may I help?
All right, not too bad. Yeah, I feel like a couple levels ago that would have been quite difficult when I did this the first time.
All right, then. I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Oh, what'd I walk into? Oh, that's right. That's a Suvora. Glow seems to fade as you had adjusted its intensity. All right.
So my love returns to me at long last.
Sure do.
You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
We're here to free you.
A gallant gesture, if a bit misguided. And yet I suspect there is more to this than you have said. I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos has diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Wotica and blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about my lifetime my soul can't let go. I need to know what it is. I'm running out of time. I see moments of that life of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that?
That the gods aren't real.
Ooh.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution. There's a theory puts my boldest to shame. But we ourselves have seen the gods' influence.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Who created these gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
And this is why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
And how'd you discover this?
The Nguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Interesting. Later on, I left the Order. A few Eguithans found my words persuasive and joined the cause. They revealed what I did not already know. So is it true, then?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself as you once did.
Okie dokie.
Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own. What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
Yeah.
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts?
Oh boy. Durance is sweating.
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. If all our common threads are spun from a lie, what's left to bind us together?
All of us across Aora are trying to survive, to make sense of the world. What could better bind us together than that struggle?
Yeah, kinda.
We'll find our own truths. Make them if we must. We don't need an ancient lie to bolster us. United, the Nguithans created gods. Mortal men and women coming together to do the impossible. Let us surpass them.
She turns to Zawa, who regards her with the rapt attention of an altered mind.
What if some things can never be recovered, and no greater good comes from their loss?
Then it is for those who remain to carry their memory forward.
All things pass in time, even memory. What if their purpose then?
What if we can be assured of nothing? Um, yeah, the only value is in the things that we create ourselves.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
We do. Even without insurances, there's still truth.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand. I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
Uh, hmm. I guess I was afraid of what Theos might do if I didn't agree to it.
Boudica gifted him a great many things, but his ability to manipulate was always his own. Good. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because...
Guess what? I needed to know because it wasn't after everything you learned you'd still rather live a lie. If that's the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. Did my opinion matter so much to you?
Of all that I loved you for, it was your righteousness most of all. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything. True or not, there will always be dissent.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you and wish for forgiveness.
I have always forgiven you. Though I didn't know your reason, I knew you. I knew we had had something wonderful once. Looking back at that has helped me through these many years. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Yeah, why'd Theos do all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he.
Good boy.
If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
Okay, and how do I get Theos to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him.
Do you know what I'm looking for from him?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Okay. So are you just bound here till the end of time then?
In a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
The other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Why don't you repent? You could be free of this place.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty, even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right.
Okay.
The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
So what is this Sun and Shadow place? I can tell you what I believe, but again, there'd be no proof. Only what I've seen. Others would have told me about it. There's only one man who can tell you now, who knows the certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I'll leave you for yourself. All right. Time for
Theos
me to
will
go,
not
I
wait for
guess.
you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
The gods have given me the souls of their forgiven if you repent. No. Your defiance, here's an illusion. Yeah, I'll waste no more time then. Farewell.
I am grateful you came and found me here, no matter the circumstances. You're not exactly who you once were, I have to remind myself. But seeing you one last time and remembering what we shared, brief as it was better than anything I dared hope for in this place. If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
All right. Make sure there's no treasures or anything in the room. Oh.
Brave shall see lost believe.
What's going on here? Whoops.
You're not getting through me. Hi? Riff uli.
Following your lead.
Can't get around. Okay.
That's not very helpful.
All right. Got through that pretty quick and
All
easy.
right then.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, this was the starting room, right? So I still need to check over this way. Unfortunately, I think we'll have to check that next time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have a good one.